With its new sequel coming up on Disney Plus tomorrow, let's talk about Enchanted, which is celebrating its 15th anniversary this year. Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. Greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is Noel, better known to as the Big D, and this time around I bring to you a review of the 2007 musical fantasy rom-com Enchanted, released by Disney, directed by Kevin Lima, and produced by Barry Josephson and Barry Seinfeld. Film stars Amy Adams along with Patrick Dempsey, James Marsden, Timothy Spall, Idina Menzel, Rachel Covey, and Susan Sarandon. It focuses on an well archetypal Disney princess to be exiled from her animated world into the live action world of New York City. This film would actually be a big hit. It, it's both a homage to and a self parody of Disney's animated features, making numerous references to past works through the combination of live action filmmaking, traditional animation, and computer generated imagery. It also marks the return of traditional animation to a Disney feature film after the company's decision to move entirely to computer animation 3 years before this. Composer Alan Menken, who of course wrote songs for numerous Disney films, and lyricist Stephen Schwartz wrote and produced the songs of Enchanted. And Menken also composed the film's score. Now, let's get into our story. In the animated fairy tale kingdom of Andalasia, Narissa, the corrupt and ruthless queen and a dark sorceress, schemes to protect her claim to the throne, which she will lose once her stepson, Prince Edward, finds his true love and marries. She enlists her loyal servant Nathaniel to keep Edward distracted by hunting trolls. Giselle, a young woman, dreams of meeting a prince and experiencing a happily ever after. She, along with her chipmunk friend Pip and animals from the forest, work together to make a homemade statue of her true love she saw in a dream. Edward hears Giselle singing and sets off to find her. Nathaniel frees a captured troll to get rid of Giselle, but Edward rescues her. She and Edward are distantly attracted to each other and plan to be married the following day. Disguised as an old hag, Narissa intercepts Giselle on her way to the wedding and pushes her into a well where Giselle is magically transformed into a live action version of herself and transported to New York City's Times Square in the real world. Giselle, frightened and confused, quickly becomes lost and homeless. Meanwhile, Robert, a single father and divorce lawyer, prepares to propose to his girlfriend Nancy. Robert and his young daughter Morgan encounter Giselle on their way home, and Robert begrudgingly, allows Giselle to stay the night in their apartment at the insistence of Morgan, who believes Giselle is a princess. Pip and Edward embark on a rescue mission to the real world, where they too are turned into live action versions of themselves. Pip, now a real chipmunk, no longer has the ability to speak and only communicates through squeaks. Narissa sends Nathaniel to follow and impede Edward. Narissa appears to Nathaniel and gives him 3 poisoned apples that will put whoever eats one to sleep until the clock strikes 12, after which they will die. Meanwhile, after Giselle summons birds, insects, and vermin to clean Robert's apartment, Nancy arrives to take Morgan to school. She meets Giselle and leaves, assuming Robert was unfaithful. Robert is initially upset, but he spends the day with Giselle, knowing she is vulnerable in the city. Giselle questions Robert about his relationship with Nancy and helps the pair reconcile by sending Nancy flowers and an invitation to a costume ball at the Woolworth building. Edward locates Giselle at Robert's apartment where, while he's eager to take her home to Andalasia and marry her, she suggests that they should first go on a date and get to know each other better. Giselle promises to return to Andalasia after the ball that night. which Robert and Nancy also attend. Nerissa decides to come to the real world and kill Giselle herself after Nathaniel fails twice to poison her. At the ball, Robert and Giselle dance romantically with each other. Giselle and Edward then prepare to apart, but Giselle feels depressed at leaving Robert behind. Nerissa appears as the old hag and offers the last poisoned apple to Giselle, promising that it will erase her sorrowful memories. Giselle takes a bite and falls unconscious and plunges into a sleep with mere minutes to live. Now for the ending. Yeah. All right. As always, with the endings, there will be spoilers. So you know the procedure. You have 5 seconds to sub this video. Go to the description box below. Fast forward to the time below. If you've seen the movie already, please continue. Thank you. And here we go. Okay, you've been warned. Nerissa attempts to escape with Giselle's body, but is confronted by Edward. Nathaniel, seeing that Nerissa never cared about him, reveals her plot. Robert realizes that true love's kiss is the only force powerful enough to break the apple's curse. Edward's kiss fails to wake Giselle, and so he and Nancy prompt Robert to kiss her instead. When Robert kisses her, she awakens. Infuriated, Nerissa transforms into a dragon and takes Robert hostage. Giselle takes Edward's sword and pursues Nerissa to the top of the building as the dragon intends to drop Robert to his death. Pip comes to support Giselle and helps defeat Nerissa by causing Nerissa to fall to the streets below with his weight and explode into dust. Robert almost falls as well, but Giselle manages to catch him, and they share another kiss on the roof. A happy new life unfolds for everyone, showing Edward and Nancy falling in love and marrying in Andalusia, while Nathaniel, who stays in New York, and Pip, who returns to Andalusia, each write successful autobiographies based on their experiences in the real world. Giselle starts a very popular fashion design business and forms a happy family with Robert and Morgan in New York. End of story. So, what did I think of Enchanted? Well, I've seen it several times, and what can I say? I love this movie. It is definitely amazing and what have you. And I gotta say, it's just so incredible. This is Disney's first film to be distributed under Walt Disney Studios Motion Pictures after they retired the Buena Vista brand from its distribution division. The film received two nominations at the Golden Globes and 3 Best Original Song nominations at the Academy Awards. Now, this was really something. You'll see numerous Disney references in the films. And actually, as a matter of fact, you'll even get to see, well, special appearances from some actual Disney princesses I had mentioned. Now, but I'll get to that in a little bit. For the main cast, we have Amy Adams making a big, successful performance as Giselle. She is amazing and incredible. And I gotta say, wow. Yeah, because she was a little lesser known actress at the time, even though I had forgotten, but I remembered seeing her in Drop Dead Gorgeous a few years before this. Yeah, which that's a pretty underrated film. Anyway, Patrick Dempsey, who of course was best known for playing McDreamy on TV's Grey's Anatomy at the time, played Robert, who is he's really good. I liked his performance. James Marsden, who had recently played Cyclops in the X-Men franchise, and a year before this, he had played in Superman Returns, which there's actually a little. If you watch closely, you'll see a little bit of the Superman Returns logo, the big S, in Times Square. Timothy Spall, who recently played Peter Wormtail Pettigrew in Harry Potter and oh, sorry, it's hard for me to catch up. And the Prisoner of Azkaban. That's it. And also me appearance in the Goblet of Fire and a small appearance in Order of the Phoenix plays Nathaniel. He does a good job. Susan Sarandon plays Narissa. She's absolutely good, and if you can tell by her, she's well, some of her physical features were inspired by the evil queen from Snow White and Maleficent from Sleeping Beauty. Now, Jeb Ben and Kevin Lima, who of course happens to be the director of this film, did Pip's vocal effects. Now, Bennett did Pip in the animated segment while Lima provided the vocal effects for the computer generated Pip in the live action segment. Rachel Covey plays Morgan. She's really good. And finally, Nancy, the character Nancy, is played by Idina Menzel, who years later would go on to voice a certain Disney princess named Elsa in Frozen. Now, there's also some other in here. Now, something you'll be surprised. Julie Andrews, of course, most of you know her best for playing Mary Poppins, and she's done numerous other films, including The Princess Diaries, a few years before this, is the narrator. And now, since I mentioned Disney princesses, you'll actually get to see a couple of them. One of them is Paige O'Hara, who you may know, who voiced Belle in Beauty and the Beast. She plays a soap opera character in one scene. And another one is Sam, Robert's secretary, who is played by Joey Benson, who of course you know well as the voice of a certain Little Mermaid. Yes. So anyway, I think that was a big surprise. I almost didn't recognize Joey Benson, to be honest. At first, I didn't know what Paige O'Hara looked like, but oh well. Anyway, I thought it was really good, and I do love the music from Alan Menken. It's real good. A lot of the songs are absolutely good, and excuse me, sorry everyone, but please stand by. Sorry about that. False alarm. Now, where was I? Oh, yes, now I remember. Anyway, I think the whole cast was really good. Alan Menken's score was good. I've already brought that up. I think the story was really good too. I'm just gonna say it was all sorts. It had all sorts of fun, and I think you'll have a blast from start to finish with this. And why this film got a ton of good reviews. The film went on to make 340 million worldwide. And well, we have been waiting for a sequel, and very soon we're about to get it in the form of Disenchanted, which will premiere on Disney Plus. Anyway, and this film, and I'm actually celebrating the film's 15th anniversary a little early since it came out November 21st, 2007. So I'm just a little early, but it's cool. It actually premiered in London a month before this, on October 20th. But anyway, again, a lot of the songs are real good and what have you, including the Happy Little Working song, which that's funny, and That's How You Know. That's a real good song. I will say, this is just so incredible. But like I said, all songs are good. Even if one's done by someone who I will not say the name because it's someone I don't like to talk about. Thank you, because I don't really want to try and cause controversy or drama or anything like that. Thank you. So anyway, with everything said, would I recommend Enchanted? The answer is easily yes. I'm gonna try and keep that clean, leave you know where we're at on this since it's a Disney film, even though this is rated PG. But anyway, yes, give Enchanted a try. I think you'll really like it, and you will have a blast. But as for the sequel, I wish it the best of luck. But I am going to be watching, and you'll get a review of it on Saturday night. Okay? So anyway, what are your thoughts on Enchanted? Please tell me in the comment section below. If you like this video, click the like button, subscribe, and be a part of the Big D Nation. Join me next time when I bring to you a review of another princess film, but it's not a Disney film, it's just something different. The Princess Bride. Another film that I didn't get to review last month for its anniversary because I didn't want to be in the way of Spooktacular October, you know. Alright, enough said. So if you like this, consider checking out my reviews for these other films. In the upper left-hand corner is my review of Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban from 2004. The upper right-hand corner is my review for, well, my re-review for the original Beauty and the Beast from 1991. Or if you would like another magical, fun-filled film, go to the bottom left-hand corner and see my review of the Disney Plus film Godmothered, which was absolutely real funny. And the bottom right-hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.